Anyway, I'm quite new to landscape, so I was thinking, since we're going to go to Kuala Mu and then there's a stream, so I was thinking, I always wondered how they take the photographs that you slow down the speed of the water and get some misty kind of look and all that. So I went to whereby Choy was there. So I just asked the question, how do you take this kind of stuff, which will slow down the shutter speed and then the aperture, you put it high, until maybe f11, 16, then you will be able to get the effect. But the problem is that I don't have any ND filter. ND filter will slow down the shutter speed more. So this is the best I could do with it. So I focus on the water that is flowing, So when I developed the photo, then I saw, I had taken quite a number, then I saw this. So the more I look at it, then I put a title to it. I put it as the race. I said, because you look at the race, it's like people going forward, racing against something, but as they race along, there are already obstacles, and then that's where they create, that it's like, you're like artists, like real painting, and all that. So that is what I developed from what I did, you see.
I think it's actually very important. One is shutter speed, the other one is aperture.
Aperture.
Shutter speed, of course, because this is very fast flowing water, so there's no way you can control your shutter speed until it becomes a bit soft. You cannot soften the dynamics of the water. But what you can do, you can select scene. You select smaller areas. This, because of the dynamics of the water, it creates a lot of energy there. But those water that's straight out, you shoot here. You see, so you have to have the sight vision to see, to compose. The other one is, once you do a crop, as I mentioned, aperture, you want to concentrate your focal point, or you want to concentrate on everything that's sharp. Then you play your aperture, f8, f11, f4, f2.8, or whatever. Then you want to create the depth of field. So for this, you do a crop, you may want everything sort of sharp. I will put an f8, or minimum is 5.6. But other than that, if it's too sharp, also f11 is too sharp. Then you lose concentration, you lose focal point. These are the two questions I want to answer. This is how I would work on my file.
The other thing, why do you have intention to do it, especially on the magenta, colors here and black and white over here, or you just happen?
Actually, it's not really black and white. It's not black and white. It's like we adjust the sliders, then this one is more prominent. Put this way. Actually, it's the color of the rock. Yeah, the color of the rock. And then the day was quite dim already down.
I think your colors are a little bit oversaturated. So sometimes.
Oh, this one,
yes. You see, sometimes when you edit the time, very important is when you're tight, let it go. Move away. You keep on editing, when you are tired and you are stressed, a lot of mistakes will pop up, unknowingly, unconsciously. So whatever we do, two keywords, mindfulness and consciousness. If your consciousness is diluted, please walk away. I won't do this. I'll do something else. Then only when I'm more relaxed, I'll come back. So, okay, I did touch up here a little bit because just to make Alex compliant, you see.
I think it's a bit. It's a bit oversaturated.
Yeah.
You can desaturate it a bit, that will be more soothing. This one is sweeping. And actually, I very admired Sweeping's work because how she looks at things is very artistic. Okay, especially I like this. It comes up with quite plain, but there is a lot of form, very artistic, and it's very nice. I love Sweeping's work. Actually.
Thank you.
Over to you, Sweeping. Why? How do you do
Okay.
How do you see things in photographic?
With all amongst all the seafoods, my camera is just a compact camera, yeah. No changing of lens whatsoever. So I can only use whatever strength I think I have is to do close up. Okay. And then I try to look for patterns and lines to make a difference. This actually came to me just walking with Josh that day, and it was just the curves and then the fine hair and then this bit that strikes my eye. I cannot talk about techniques because in God, no techniques, just trying to put my eye onto the subject. The same here. We saw these thinking bugs just underneath all these leaves. What I also liked was just the veins and then the bugs itself. Again, the fine hair. But what I also liked was the contrast between the bug and then the little ant. But it's all, as I always say, I just happen to be there at the right time, the right place. I cannot claim much. But today I also learned from Seafood Choy is better cropping would have been more punch to the picture, yeah? Yeah. So next time I will also try to look at it differently.
This original shot, okay?
Yes.
And basically everything is there already.
Yes.
You have the human as a core photographer.
Yeah.
As Alex has mentioned, you have the artistic eye. The only thing is technical side which I don't flaw in all. It's only here.
Okay.
And then when I touch up, it's just very minor. That is the shot. And I like the Medley design. I like the Medley.
Like window behind.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, over there, when we were there, there are so many colorful hands on this side, on the left side of the river. But on this side, there's only one particular hand that's blue in color. You know, it was very catching. So I thought, you know, since this is the only one, I can focus on it really. So I focus on this while I use about, if I'm not mistaken, this is 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. So it comes out quite okay lah. Certain part you have, you see the wave. Certain part you see the shadow. That's why I look at it. So that's why I call it. I mean, I named this Blue Tent at the Rapids.
You got the same eyes, Alex. When I shot mine, the pen caught my attention because that becomes my stopper in the image itself. So yes, I mean, we have the same thoughts as far as stopper is concerned. I think the pen, but I shot it differently. I shot it with a vertical shot in portrait mode because I wanted the coconut too. But this is a good shot. Here.
Very distracting. The distracting part of this.
No, I think it's okay because the light, you have seen the light, you see, because here it creates the layering. Another thing about tonality is you have to create layers. When you create layers, you are creating depth of scene. That's very important in photography. From 2D, you create to 3D. Bear that in mind. So these create layers because of the tones. Right? This could be the ending point, hopefully, you see, because this becomes the foreground. So you may call it a leading line. Okay, fine. I call it a stopper.
This look?
Yeah. Actually, I wasn't very satisfied with this because the speed was too slow. If it is a bit faster, better. Then, some of these who will be able to see the fine detail. So this is like called harp in the cloud. This is a cloud, this is a harp, musical instrument.
Oh, okay.
Yes, like a Guinness.
This one I like it because actually a lot of little lines to the center of focus here. So actually from the eye will flow from here up and then up to the something more mysterious at the background. Yet to see.
See lines that will be,
What Ling is trying to say is I should have used a slightly faster shutter speed because he has everything the same. But with a faster shutter speed, you will create all these forms.
it can become like that.
Yeah.
All forms along.
Yeah.
So you can see the depth the same. That's the reason why before you shoot, you have to think a lot, meditate.
So interesting because we are in Kuala Mu and obviously we see a lot of villagers and village children, they are playing. And one of the most interesting things that we see and we saw and brought us back into childhood is the chongkat. And indeed this chongkat is not by make of wood, but they dig it on the ground and Sue got such an eye, she immediately sees it, So what, how did you come and capture, the image? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. It's very interesting how they, they have a zero cost and have the coin. It's totally zero cost. And then I was choose this picture to be printed out because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the printing out copy. So I was thinking to print out something that I can give it to the school to inspire our generation, the children in the city. So I was thinking to give this photo to the school. Any school will do. Haven't decided yet. Definitely not my best photo. I think my best photo was in Instagram.
This one I meant by the art of seeing beyond. The art of seeing is just normal. Yeah, it's just normal. But the art of seeing beyond. And this interprets the whole of Kuala Mu. We just want to make it.
Absolutely.
Because Chongkat, yes, basically when I was young, I do play Chongkat with my sisters.
Yeah.
But I'm not feminine. But it's all man-made. This is man-made, but from nature,
Yeah.
This is very unique.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
But Sue has always this affinity with human interest. Yeah, always engaging with people, I think that's
I like this picture because you don't show a face.
Huh?
I like this picture because you don't show a face. You show a figure, but you don't show a face. If you show a face, then maybe
Yeah, because it's not a modeling picture.
May entail legal difficulties in the future.
Yeah, this is Win's image. This is taken during broad daylight, and I'm a bit very astonished how he actually created a black background on the broad daylight. And obviously the technique is from Vince, and I want to ask him to share with us how he managed to capture images like that.
Oh, there's no secret in this. The shutter speed 1/250 or 180 at least minimum. Then I will go like f11 to f15 depending on the situation. So that's my setting. So that's how the background comes in. Okay, it's a very simple setup, but the more challenging part of this photo is to get the snake to cooperative. Because as you all know, you all were there, it was like running here and there. So how to get it to cooperate for the photo, that is the challenging part. Yeah. Setting is very simple. Definitely.
Flash and diffuser.
Yeah, flash and diffuser, that was.
But you can have this part highlighted, that part raw. This is just
So if you want the down here is a little bit dark. If you want this to be also lit up,
Yeah, that's why I was
from the bottom you put a white, what they call surface,
reflector.
So you reflect back the light. For me, it was in the jungle. I don't have the luxury of doing all that. It was a very quick.
I see.
Beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
Beautiful. What snake is this?
Striated bronze back.
So not so simple technique. Practice makes perfect. He said the key word. This is a very simple technique to you, but to many, unless you practice more, then perfection comes naturally. That is because you practice. So all of us, we have to practice here. Don't be afraid to fall down. It's always a privilege to fall. Good work, Vic.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, Gau. I understand you flew a drone in Kuala Mu, and these are some of the drone shots. Yeah, I have seen many drone photographs, and this one is done on sepia, I'm sure, and this one is color. Can you share with us how you managed to, to bring the point of view of Kuala Mu in this sort of, I mean, on the angle and the setting? Can you share with us?
Now, with regards to drone photography, I'm pretty new at it, but the most important thing about and exciting thing about drone photography is the angle, the point of view, right? It's totally different than what ground level that we are at all the time. So in Kuala Mu, at the angle that this was taken, this particular one is actually the merging of two rivers from the left and the right, and the hut is right in between, right? And you can see a lot of movement, people around there. But why I went for black and white is because there's too much, if it's going to be in color, there's too much going on around. So there's no proper concentration or focus on one particular area. So I wanted people to actually look at the river itself. So this is why I chose black and white, and also this perspective, right? So yeah, this is at Kuala Mu, the village itself. Now on this one, this was actually along the route that we were heading towards Kuala Mu. I was trying to visualize while driving which would be the best view from the top along the river. So I came across this particular arch kind of a road, which the river also was flowing up along it. And I thought, okay, probably it might be a right place to shoot it. So I took a chance actually. So this is the problem with drone photography. You can't visualize, so you just have to take a chance. So, and the problem with drones is the short lifespan of their batteries. So you have to fly and make sure that your luck is on your side. So I found that this particular perspective was really nice because you can see the jungle on one side and agriculture on the other, right? So it's good that the river is actually splitting both agriculture and also keeping the natural habitat. Yeah, so that's
good. Yeah, this is interesting because as what Jika mentioned, this one is the plantation, and this is the jungle side is actually split by the river. And it gives a bit of contrast. Indeed, the river and the road are so blend in. I like actually this picture of it. Yeah. Thanks, Gau, for sharing. Thank you.
Now, you touched on something very, very strong. Something very strong to touch on. I've not used the word so far on the images here yet, but you have the intellectual narrative with your image. Why I say intellectual? Because apart from visual, you must have intellectual narrative also. There's a whole composition there. The one that you convert to a monochrome or sepia that creates the narrative of age. So this, when I look at it, oh, this is a very established, very old village already. It could be 50 years, 100 years, or even 200. So there is no age limit to that, but you know it is aged per se. So that is intellectual narrative very important, apart from visual. Right? Because intellectual narrative is creating a conversation. As a photographer and as a viewer, you're creating an intellectual conversation between two parties. Don't forget that, that's very good. So, compliments to you. And also that, you see, this picture in color also has the intellectual narrative there. You have mentioned it, forest and man-made nature. And it's been separated by the rivers and the road. So it's very, very individual. Man-made? Sorry, this nature, this man-made. Well done.
Not for the drone, you wouldn't have.